Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say shalom to you all Kiminakwa out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. All right, this lesson is simply titled, The Lord Heals. Okay, so the Lord heals. Now we have a couple things we're getting in on today. We got some scriptures. We got a video I want to play from one of the brothers that I thought would be, edifying to put out there. All right, and go over this healing prayer that this brother put together on this channel, on this video. All right, so that video is called Healing Prayer for Sickness in Hebrew. All right, in parentheses, GMS Fruit of Knowledge. So I don't know if that's actually a repost from another brother, but because this is from the page GMS Spiritual Army of 144. But this is a video I've had saved, and I actually need to get around to downloading it. All right, to have it, because I have the written form, all right, saved in my phone, but I need to get around to capturing the whole video. All right, so in this video was originally made. Now this one says 4 years ago, but this was originally made in 2014. All right, on January 16th, as you can see, down in the corner right here. All right, January 16, 2014, and he mentions 2014 in the video, man. All right, so within this, he has a healing prayer, all right, that he's typed out here. All right, and he goes over how to pronounce it, all right, and how to use it. Okay, and bear with me just one moment. All right. So, hey, and as you can probably tell, my nose is a little stuffed up. All right. So, I don't know necessarily what his allergies or cold, whatever it is. But hey, last night I can tell you I was feeling worse than I am now, and I used this Hebrew prayer, and hey, it'll do it, man. It'll do it. So, and as long as you believe, right? So we have a couple scriptures to go over. We'll go over this Hebrew prayer, Lord willing. All right. Get some word definitions and get right into it. All right, so we're going to start off with Deuteronomy 32 and 39. All right, and I might, put in some different scriptures as well as we go. Let me actually grab my phone. Bear with me. I'll grab my phone just in case we decide to do so. All right, but hey, without any further ado, let's get right into it. We're going to grab Deuteronomy 32 and verse 39, which reads, and we've used this in the alternate aspect as well, but today we're using it with the healing aspect. All right, Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It reads, see now that I, even I, am he, there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Now, a lot of times when we grab this scripture, we're dealing with judgment. All right, we're dealing with proving that the Lord is indeed the one who's doing this. He's working by himself. It's not Satan that's going around and sneaking and getting people and killing people. All right, everything has to go through the Lord. All right, has to be passed by through the Lord. All right, and this is one of the scriptures we use to prove that. All right, because it says there is no God with me. It's him. Okay. It says, I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So if you fall into the hand of the Lord, the only person that can get you out of that situation is the Lord. Nobody else can deliver you out from his hand, right? So we're using this in the aspect of today that, it says right here also, why it does mention, wounding, it mentions healing, all right? It says, and I, it's like you grab a drink, it says, and I heal, right? I wound and I heal. Both of those things come from the Lord, right? Such as life and death. In the just one up, it says, I kill and I make alive. All right, I wound and I heal. So those both come from the Lord. And bear with me just a moment. So both those things come from the Lord. So knowing that, all right, the Lord does heal. All right, and that's the title of the lesson, The Lord Heals. All right, now he's given us multiple ways to do so. All right. The main, primarily one being prayer. All right, that's the go-to, right? Prayer as well as herbs. He's given us herbs for healing as well. Okay, and we can prove that with, and you know, I actually want to get the Good News translation on this as well in case someone tries to think it's something else. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39 and the Good News translation. It says, I and I alone am the Most High. No other God is real. I kill and I give life. I wound and I heal. No one can oppose what I do. And in the New Living Translation, it says, look now, I myself am He. There is no other God but me. I am the one who kills and gives life. I am the one who wounds and heals. It says, no one can be rescued from my powerful hand. All right, but somehow these Christians have come up with the ideology that, you know, it's somehow Satan's the one that's doing all the killing. It doesn't make any sense, and that shows that they're not reading their Bibles, man. All right. So continuing on, we're gonna go and get Ecclesiasticus 38. All right, also known as Sirach. All right, this will be within your your red or your Apocrypha. All right, or it'll be in your 1611 King James version, right? And I think they also make a black Apocrypha as well. Okay. So I think that one's by Oxford, maybe, because the red one's by Cambridge. So Ecclesiasticus, we're just gonna type in Sirach 32, 38. Salakia, going with. Oh my gosh, come on. Bear with me. Sirach 38. Not 32, verse 4. The 32nd chapter in Deuteronomy. I was getting confused. So we're going to go with, I guess we'll just start from the top. It says, honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses for which ye may have of him, for the Lord hath created him. In verse 2 it says, for of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. All right. Where are we going down to? Actually, we're gonna start in 4, but we're gonna continue on. It says, the skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. Bear with me. Or admiration. All right. Admiration. All right. Now to let us highlight. It says in verse 4, and this is what I had highlighted to go over, but we're just starting from the top. It says, verse 4, the Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. All right. It says, was not the water made sweet with wood, and the virtue thereof might be known? It says, and he hath given men skill that he might be honored in his marvelous works. With such doth he heal men, and taketh away their pains. All right, it says, of such doth the apothecary make a confection, and of his works there is no end, and from him is peace over all the earth. Okay, so there you go. Oh, let's continue on. It says, my son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole. There you go. All right, so there you go. That, again, talking about prayer. All right, and again, not again, but mentioning, the Lord making medicines out of the earth. Now, we can touch on that, all right? Now, I could, go and make a lesson probably out of that. That could be a lesson in its own, all right? And I have done that before. But, for example, let me see something. Bear with me. Internet's being crazy. Let's see, I'm trying to see what I touched on, because I made a lesson, herbal healing and prayer, the true medicine. All right, in this one, I believe this is mostly going in and talking about John D. Rockefeller and how he, manipulated the medicine market and turned it into basically a monopoly where he can make money off of. All right, but another one we can grab that I did touch on in that lesson is the 1 Timothy 5 and 23. Okay, of course, come on, 1 Tim 5. It says, drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake and thine often infirmities. Now, we're going to get back on that word infirmities because we have a scripture that's coming up in Luke 13:10. Well, technically in verse 11 is where it mentions, this woman that had a spirit of infirmity on her. All right, let's see what the worldly definition. The worldly definition doesn't necessarily have it right. So we're going to get infirmity. We can just hit look up infirmities. All right. I guess it does get it. It says that infirmity, noun, they excuse themselves on grounds of age and infirmity, frailty, weakness, feebleness, enfeeblement, delicacy, fragility, debilitation, decrepitude, sickness. All right, that's one of the ones that they don't really get. Illness, sickness, poor health, right? So you can use that as well. All right, it says, drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake and thine often infirmities. And that's another thing you can do, all right? This doesn't mean get drunk, but you can use it, and that'll help you with infirmities as well. All right, I'm in an unfortunate state where I can't really drink alcohol like that. My body doesn't process it well. All right, this makes me end up feeling like shit, all right? But hey, regardless, that's something that you can do, all right? And there's plenty of healthy wines, all right? A red wine, all right, specifically. Okay, a red wine. Red wines are the ones that are going to have the benefits for you, all right? White wines, all right, might have some benefits, but they're not going to have as many benefits as a red wine will have, all right? You got to make sure you're getting a red wine, all right? Let's see, what else can I grab? Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, another one. I forgot about this one we touched on, and let's get that. We can go over in Isaiah. I just want to, bring some of these out. All right, some of these scriptures I haven't brought out in quite a long time because we haven't done a full lesson on herbal healing. All right, but we'll bring it in. All right, we'll add it into this lesson, right? So it'll be all encompassing, right? Because all these things come from the Lord. All right, regardless, these things all come from the Lord. You're not doing them. These things come from the Lord. Now in Isaiah 38:21. It says, for Isaiah had said, let them take a lump of figs and lay it for a plaster upon the boil, and he shall recover. Okay, so this is showing you again, a form of healing that's not the standard type of healing that you're dealing with these days. Nowadays they tell you to take a pill or drink some solution, all right, or whatever it is that you get prescribed from a medical office by a doctor, all right. But back then, all right, biblically, all right, we were using natural herbs, all right, not no petrochemicals that John D. Rockefeller came about making, okay? Now, it says, take a lump of figs and lay it for a plaster upon the boil, and he shall recover, all right? So what is a plaster? All right, we can look this word up. It's an archaic variant of plaster, all right? And if you look up plaster, basically means to pack onto, right? Plaster. It says a soft mixture of lime with sand and cement and water for spreading on walls, ceilings, and other structures to form a smooth, hard surface when dried. All right, here's one. British, an adhesive strip of material for covering cuts and wounds. All right, as a dressing, like a wound dressing, right? If you look up wound dressing, you can see that would be dressing a wound. All right, in this case, all right, instead of putting a bandage over it, what did they say? What did they do? For Isaiah in Isaiah 38:21, for Isaiah had said, let them take a lump of figs. So they took figs and lay it for a plaster upon the boil, and he shall recover. Okay, so there you go, because those figs are going to help. Now I believe there's actually a healing benefit, that deals specifically with the healing of figs. I mean, they have a bunch of benefits, figs do, but I think it actually does have something to do with topical healing as well. We can get figs health benefits, as we did in the lesson. Figs health benefits says promotes digestive health. We all know that, right? Natural laxative because they're high fiber content. So if you're having problems, with your intestines. All right, with your bowels. All right, you can eat figs. All right, they're rich in antioxidants. All right, if you just break down that word, antioxidants. All right, so they remove oxidants, oxidization. Right, it says may support healthy blood pressure, may support bone health, may improve diet quality, and aid in weight management. All right. So another one we got last time was figs fight infection. Check this out. It's from 2017. We grabbed in the lesson last time. Here it is again. In case you haven't seen it, it was over 8 months ago that we made that lesson. All right, but it says right here, fig enzyme could help fight infections and heal wounds. It says Russian researchers have investigated the properties of ficin, an enzyme that breaks down proteins and helping antibiotics be more effective against infections like staphylococcus, all right, which is staph infection, in case you're wondering what that is. I believe that's staph infection. All right, it says staph in the word, but I'm pretty sure that's staph infection. Yeah, staph infection. That's just the longer word. Staph infection. It says at Kazan Federal University and Voronezh University, however it says, in Russia, researchers are turning their attention to an understudied protease extracted from figs latex. As now published in scientific reports, the enzyme turns out to be quite effective at clearing up biofilms from Staphylococcus bacteria in preclinical studies. Check this out. It says biofilms are a problem in a different range of settings, from industrial sites to wound infections. Inside the biofilm, bacteria are protected from antibiotics. One of the solutions in wound care is to increase the antibiotic concentration by as much as 1,000-fold. Bacteriophages and antimicrobial therapy, now regaining popularity, are capable of acting inside biofilms, another way to go about it. However, the target, is to target the biofilm directly, letting an antibiotic regain its efficacy. It works, all right? Making sure it works there. All right, so we'll just read it. That's it. Once we got this, it says, for Staphylococcus bacteria, which can cause serious infections and are common in skin lesions, breaking down the biofilm is easier due to relatively high content of protein. Protein-breaking enzymes, proteases like trypsin, and papaya-extracted papain had already been used in wound care. So check that out. Those things, there you go. So ficin, trypsin. What is trypsin? I wonder what that's from. Because papaya-extracted papain, it says where that's from, papaya, right? But what is this one from? I'm curious. So I guess it's something that's already naturally occurring. All right. It's something that's naturally occurring. So that's cool. It says, but ficin, again from the figs, all right, and papaya extracted papain. Let's see what that says. Let's look more about that. It's probably papain. Honestly, papain. It says papain, known as papaya proteinase 1, is a cysteine protease enzyme present in papaya and mountain papaya. It is the namesake member of the papain-like protease family. It has a wide-ranging commercial applications in leather, cosmetic, textile, detergents, food, and pharmaceutical industries. Pharmaceutical, I wonder what it has to say about, let's see. What does it have to say? Cell culture. Debriding. If you know anything about it, well, it says enzymatic debriding. There you go. So that's just disgusting, but there you go. So it says that debridement is a medical removal of dead, damaged, or infected tissue. All right, so it removes dead and affected dead tissue. All right, it says the These are used to take care of some, well, I guess we could have just read it, but it says, these are used in the care of some chronic wounds to clean up dead tissue. So it's used in, it's the main ingredient of Papakeri, a gel used for mechanical denture caries removal. I don't know what that is. Tooth decay, so it removes tooth decay. What else? Papain is a popular folk papain, however it is a popular folk remedy. They're using that word folk remedy. Oh, they're putting a name on it. No, it's a healing remedy to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling. It's also been used to improve digestion and to treat infections, diarrhea, and allergies. It is also being studied for potential use in cancer and other diseases. So there you go. Look, I didn't even know that. I learned that today. All right. So it says, but Physin, going back to the original article, but Physin appears to work better than the commonly used trypsin. It says the main advantages of plant proteins like papain and Physin are their low allergenic profile, being generally less cytotoxic than animal or bacterial enzymes. And we don't really need to read any more about that, but there you go, man. So that shows you, all right, even, it's not necessarily an herb, but fruits, all right, fruits, herbs, all right, and we can get healing from these things, all right? So that's why, like, personally, I myself, I try to never, ever, ever, ever take any, man-made chemical pill remedies, right? I'm not saying you're wicked if you do, all right? But I myself, I don't even like taking ibuprofens, all right? I don't really like doing none of that, all right? Certain vitamins and stuff, like, for example, like I said, I don't know if it's cold or whatever, but I got this, what is this stuff? Let me see. And it's mostly healthy, man, all right? And I can show you. Now it's from Equate, so, it's Walmart, so whatever, all right? But here, let me unplug this. There's these, all right? So, let me see if I can zoom out. So, here you go. All right, these are Equate black elderberry gummies, and don't worry, they're completely vegetarian. You can see the ingredients back there. Organic tapioca syrup, organic sugar, pectin, citric acid, sodium citrate, organic sunflower oil, natural flavors, which are probably unnatural, but organic carnauba wax. So this doesn't have any pork or gelatin in it. So this is the cheaper version of the Sambucol black elderberry gummies, and the main reason wasn't even because the other ones are expensive. These were like $7, I think. The other ones were $9, but you can see how many I got in here. The Sambucol, you only had probably up to here. You almost got nothing in it. I'm like, God damn, if I'm gonna spend that, at least give me a whole jar, or make a smaller jar so it makes it seem like I'm getting more. It feels weird to have half an empty jar. But anyway, what this has in it is a gram of sugar, which they could have left that out, but I understand they're trying to make it taste good. It doesn't need to taste good, but it has vitamin C, zinc, and sodium in it. All right, and the main one, the most powerful thing being in here is the black elder. All right, Sambucus nigra berry juice powder. Okay, so elderberry. All right, and this elderberry stuff is great. Okay, so these are help support the immune system. Black elderberry, if you're under the weather, it's fantastic. All right, it's fantastic for boosting your immune system. All right, sometimes when I make my tea, I've had videos where I make. I had this video where I made tea. All right, in one of the videos. All right, and in that I put elderberry. All right, because elderberry is excellent. All right, it is excellent. All right, we can go there and grab it. Let's grab a few more. Let's grab a few more scriptures first. All right, and we'll get back to it. I feel like I haven't grabbed a scripture in a while, so let's get Let's see. already got that. Let's get Luke 13 and 10. We're actually going to get it up here. Luke 13 and 10 reads, all right, healing on the Sabbath, all right, and let me actually go grab a cop drop. Bear with me just 1 minute. Oh, all right, I'm back. Had to grab the cough drop. Now, as far as the cough drops, I'll get back. I'll get on these in a minute. We're gonna get the scripture though. So, as it's titled, "Healing on the Sabbath," it says, "And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath. And behold," this is speaking of Yahushua, of course. It says, "And behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years. Now, we got that word infirmity earlier, right? 18 years. She had this for 18 years. And was bowed together and could in no wise lift up herself. So she was bowed together. That was her infirmity. Now, if you go to this word infirmity, there's multiple different versions. It doesn't always mean that you're bowed over or weak or frail. I mean, it is a weakness of some sort, but it could be a sickness, right?
Strong's G 769. Asthenia. Asthenia.
All right, asthenia. All right, asthenia. All right, as it said. So weakness, disease, sickness, infirmity. All right. So it says want of strength, weakness, infirmity of the body. It's native weakness and frailty. Check this out. Definition 2: feebleness of health or sickness. And it can be of the soul as well. Okay, so that's what that means. Infirmities, right? It says, "And behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years and was bowed together and could in no wise lift up herself." All right, this shows you that the Lord heals. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai heals. It says, "And when Yahushai saw her, he called her to him and said unto her, Woman, thou art loose from thine infirmity. And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified Yahweh." All right, pausing right here. The Most High isn't, not the Most High, but, Yahushua isn't on earth to physically heal right now. All right, now, we can still reach him through prayer. That's how we, the Father, and then through the Father through the Son, right? So he isn't going around physically doing miracles as he was, in the olden days, all right? But we can still reach him through prayer, okay? Like, the Father through the Son, right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's what that means in Hebrew. Okay, Paleo Hebrew, all right, the Lashawan Kodash, all right, the Holy Tongue. So you have to reach him through prayer because, hey, he's not here physically right now, all right, but he did lay his hands on her and she was healed, right? Said, "And the ruler of the synagogue answered with indignation because that Yahushua had healed on the Sabbath day, and said unto the people, There are 6 days in which men ought to work, and in them therefore come and come and be healed, and not on the Sabbath day." That says, "The Lord then answered him and said, Thou hypocrite, does not each one of you on the Sabbath loose his ox or his ass from the stall and lead him away to watering? And ought not this woman, being the daughter of Abraham, who Satan hath bound, lo, these 18 years, be loosed from this bond on the Sabbath day?" And when he said these things, all his adversaries were ashamed, and all the people rejoiced for all the glorious things that were done by him. So there you go. So he healed this woman. All right. The Lord heals. The Lord heals. Okay. Now we're gonna touch on. I guess we'll touch on these cough drops. If you need cough drops, all right. There's multiple things. Go for. I get these. A very specific one. I think these are just the original. Are these just the original? Yeah. If you look up the original, Original Ricola ingredients. Check these out. Alright, so original natural herb, goodness from nature made with Swiss mountain herbs. Okay, so what do we have in here? Active ingredient menthol 4.8, right? That's the one that's going to give you that minty feeling. Alright, so inactive ingredients, check these out. They say these are inactive. Now remember, they have to put that legally. Okay, they legally have to put that. Let's see, there should be elder in there too. Elder, yeah. So the other thing, and those, they say those necessarily aren't stopping the cough. The menthol is the one that's helping with the cough, but these other things help you with your these help you with your immune system getting over whatever you're going through. All right, and you'll notice in there inactive ingredients, and a lot of time they have to put inactive anyway because they can't say that, oh, because of the whole John D. Rockefeller thing. These aren't, you know, FDA approved to actually heal or prevent anything, right? Because they're just plants and not chemicals that Esau made, right? So fuck them, you know, with their fucked up ass pills. All right, we don't want none of that shit. Okay, you know, Lord willing, we don't have to take none of that. We prefer herbal healing. Okay, now if you have to take pills or something, nothing that's wrong with that. All right, but hey, you know, we you know, of course you have to use your own discernment with that. Okay, as long as you're not using it in a witchcraft point of view and getting high and getting all fucked up. All right, some people have to take, you know, pills for certain things, but a lot of those things you're taking pills for can be healed naturally, right? So inactive ingredients, and of course I'm not a doctor, so, you know, consult, all right, doctor about it. All right, of course, you know, you can consult the doctors about it. If you want to know more about herbal healing or how you should go about it, you know, just talk to the apostles and, you know, tell them you have what element you're going through, all right, and they'll help you out. All right, I've seen it before on the comment board. So, or surgery, certain things like that, take it up with the apostles, all right, and they'll let you know how you should go about it. All right, sometimes they'll tell you to use discernment, cast lots. All right, so hey, it's a way to go about it. So inactive ingredients, all right, these are all the herbs. All right, they say that they're inactive. All right, you got colored caramel, which the color doesn't mean anything, but it says extract of a Ricola herb mixture. Now the herb mixture that they use is elder like that black elderberry, horehound, hyssop, lemon balm, linden flowers, mallow, peppermint, sage, thyme, wild thyme, and of course all the other bullshit. All right, but again, lemon balm and elder are the ones who stick out specifically. All right, on these lists, lemon balm. All right, lemon balm, if you just go here, I'm not gonna tell you shit. First things that come up is healing. Is that it should one of the things it should be on here is that helping you get over a cold. It says it reduces stress, anxiety, promotes sleep, improves appetite, eases pain, discomfort from indigestion, including gas, bloating, as well as colic. It's supposed to say, and one of the biggest things is for, you know, getting over colds and stuff like that. Antioxidants, so mild sedative, treat anxiety. It does a lot of things, but people don't want to believe it. Okay, so that's what I'd recommend is don't get those Hall shit, man. Those Hall shits are just pure chemical. All right, of course this has menthol on it, which is you know, your mileage may vary, but still. All right, they help. All right, I'm sure there's a better way to go. All right, mint, the tea that I made last night. I add peppermint. Out of lavender, I usually add lavender, so just I'll include lavender in there. But I didn't have that in mine last night. But it's peppermint, lavender. Then I go ahead and I add some what is that stuff? Chamomile. All right, some chamomile. And if you look up chamomile benefits, you think, oh yeah, they just make you sleepy. But if you look up chamomile, It's a digestive relaxant, gastrointestinal disturbances, including flatulence, farting, as they say, busting ass, indigestion. All right, makes you feel calm and at ease. Can help with skin irritations, bruises, burns, conditions like eczema. It should tell you that it's also good for. That's also really good for your immune system. All right, if you look it up, of course they're trying to hide it because they want you to take their pills. But if you look up immune system, it should come up. See, it has been claimed that consumption of chamomile tea boosts the immune system and helps fight infections associated with colds. They don't want you to know that, though. See how fucking far you have to dig? Well, not dig, but you have to specifically put an immune system, or they won't let you know it's good for your immune system. So in order to know it's good for your immune system, you already have to know it's good for your immune system so you can type that in. It's bullshit, man. That's Esau for you. Okay? Now, well, I guess it says right here, health benefits of chamomile tea: treats cold, reduces stress, treats sunburn, reduces acne, anti-aging, reduces dandruff, there it is, boosts immune system, reduces muscle spasm, that should be spasm probably, reduces menstrual pain, all right, for you ladies, all right, promotes sleep and treats insomnia, okay? So another one, if you just look up elderberry, all right, elderberry. Does elderberry work for colds? It says, black elderberries, for example, are well known to be supportive agents against common cold and flu-like symptoms and have been used for centuries. There you go. You can look that up. Peppermint, health benefits, treating coughs and colds, reducing pain, improving mental function, reducing stress, improves digestion, headaches, anti-spasmodic. It's good for respiration, which is breathing, improves your circulation, boosts your immune system, reduces pain. It can be used to treat urinary tract infections, reduces stress, and improves your oral hygiene as well. So all these things, I use those. I use rosemary. You can look up the benefits of rosemary. I add that in there as well. What else do I put in there? Ginger, lots of ginger. Okay, that everybody knows about ginger's health benefits and boosting the immune system. All right, ginger, you can add lemon if you want lemon. I don't really do that, but you can add lemon. All right, that's another one that's good for your immune system. All right, you can drink this every day. All right, elderberry, add elderberry in there. All right, make sure you're getting the ones that are cooked, or else you'll get sick as shit. So I get mine from Sprouts. So you can find them there usually in their spice area. They usually have elderberry. That's what I get. Just throw them into my tea. What else? That's usually it. Sometimes I'll throw in some cinnamon. All right. Last night, what I did was I threw in some cayenne. Now I'll tell you right now, if you throw in cayenne, it's gonna make the tea hot. All right. As in, it's gonna burn going down. All right. And it's not gonna taste so great. Okay. It will ruin the taste. I also threw turmeric in it. All right. But that's if you're throwing cayenne and turmeric in it, you're throwing flavor out as well because it's not gonna taste good. Okay. But you're getting rid of flavorful taste for health benefits, all right? Because if you look up turmeric has also been known to fight cancer, all right? But turmeric is great for your immune system, all right? However, it says strengthen immune system. It says turmeric has been shown to boost the immune system, all right? It says research shows that turmeric can modulate the activation of T cells, B cells, macrophages, neutrophils, natural killer cells, and dendritic cells, as well as enhance the body's antibody responses. Okay, there you go. You can look that up, all right? Or pause this and check it out. Okay. Another one is, what did I mention? Cayenne. That'll burn that shit right out, man. Boosts immunity. There you go. Prevents nasal congestion. Lowers bad cholesterol. Helps in digestion. Lowers the risk of asthma. Prevents cancer. Weight loss. All right. Helps with weight loss. Heals a bad throat, like a sore throat. All right, which is true. Tackles arthritis and enhances blood circulation. So there you go, man. Boom, boom, boom. So, hey, there's lots of things that the Lord has given us, all right, healing-wise, all right, prayer and healing herbs, okay? There you go, Isaiah 38 and 21. You can see it right there. It's on the screen. I didn't close out of it. It talks about using figs to make basically a bandage, man, okay? So, hey, and the Lord does heal. All right, but you have to believe, you have to pray. Now we're getting into the prayer segment, all right, because, we have to save the best for last, right? So Jeremiah 17 and 14. Jeremiah 17:14 reads, and this is basically a prayer, right? It says, "Heal me, O Lord, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved, for thou art my praise." Okay, let's read that again. "Heal me, O Lord, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved, for thou art my praise." And this is also, you have to deal with faith, because you have to believe that you're going to be healed, right? So here it is in the Good News Translation, and it has the title, Jeremiah asks the Lord for help. Through how? Praying, all right? He prays to the Lord. Jeremiah asks the Lord for help. It says, "Lord, heal me and I will be completely well. Rescue me and I will be perfectly safe. You are the one I praise." In the New Living Translation, it says, "O Lord, if you heal me, I will be truly healed. If you save me, I will be truly saved. My praises are for you alone." Okay, so and that's, Jeremiah truly believed. Okay, so you have to pray, and you have to pray, and when you pray, you believe. We just talked about this the other day, right? We just talked about this the other day. If you go onto my channel, all right, you can go onto my channel, you can see it. It's the it's not from yesterday, but it's from 2 days ago. It's called "Don't Dig Yourself into a Pit. Trust in the Lord." Okay? Dealing with, when you pray, you got to believe, right? Don't dig yourself into a pit, because if you're praying and you're not believing, it's not going to work, all right? Your prayers aren't going to be answered. Okay? So it's very, 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 very important that you do believe, right? It's very, 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 very important. Okay? And bear with me just one moment. All right, cool. Cool. All right, so continuing on. All right, so if you need more edification and understanding on that, please go ahead and watch that. Don't dig yourself into a pit, and that'll talk about praying and how when you pray you have to believe, and it goes all into that. All right, Lord willing, to be edifying for you if you need deeper understanding on that. But regardless, when you pray, you have to believe. Okay, so we're gonna get Jeremiah 5 and 14. Oh, James. It's not my first time doing that. James 5 and 14. Check this out. It says, "Is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church and let them pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord." Now, if you're part of a camp, all right, that's something that you can do, especially if you're of GMS. All right, you can have the elders pray over you. All right, another thing you can do is, I've seen brothers do it before, is on the comment boards. If you're going through something, you can say, "Hey, I'm going through this health issue. Will you brothers please pray for me?" And brothers will pray for you. All right, there's been times a brother, Neil Lapaya, all right, was going through some health conditions, and I know personally that I did for him. Okay, so brothers will pray for you. All right, so you can always throw it up on the comment board, and brothers will indeed pray for you, man. Okay, so it says, "Is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church and let them pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord." It says, check this out. It says, "And the prayer of faith," faith is believing, right? Faith is the evidence of things not seen and things hoped for, right? So, "And the prayer of faith shall save the sick, and the Lord shall raise him up. And if he have committed sins, they shall be forgiven him." It says, "Confess your faults to one to another, and pray for one another, that ye may be healed. The effective, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much." So, an effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. So the prayer of a righteous man, is greatly beneficial. Okay, so, and you can pray for one another. That's what we're supposed to be doing, is praying for one another. All right, and for the elect as well. All right, Lord willing, we're a part of that number of being of the elect. Okay. So, hey, you gotta pray. And when you pray, you have to believe. We're gonna get that. And then, we're getting close to, getting ready to close out. Mark 11 and 24. We got that video to touch on. Mark 11 and 24 reads, "Therefore I say unto you, what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive them, and ye shall have them." All right, so, and this is in the red letter, so it's Yahushua speaking. So when you pray, you need to believe that you receive them and you shall have them, right? So when you're praying to get over an illness or a sickness or however it's going, you have to believe that you're going to get over that, right? And that's how it goes, man. So you have to make sure you're believing. Now we're going to close off with touching on this, all right? We can, we're not going to watch the whole thing, but so it says, we'll start it up. Here we go.
Shalom, call halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakateh Yahushai, Shalak, Rapayam Al, Awathia, Yahweh, Walakwacha, Haka'ah, Mayan, Ha'abide, Hayagaha, Mayan, Atha, Waha, Bakharyam, Akim, Baha, Aratazah, Babkusha, Tawada, Aman.
So that's
Hi, shalom, brothers and sisters. Today's lesson basically will be dealing on the Hebrew, as you can see. It's just basically a healing prayer. There's a lot of infirmities going around, a lot of sicknesses, diseases been going around. Brothers been getting sick. I myself was sick maybe for like 2 weeks. So I made this prayer, and the next day I was healed. I wasn't coughing, I wasn't congested, nose wasn't running. I had a slight cough afterwards, but from the way I was feeling was 20 times better.
It's true. It's true because, like I said, I did the same thing last night. All right, and today I feel, like he said, 20 times better, man. All right, 20 times better. Okay, you feel a lot better. Now I still got a little bit of, I got the little bit of cough, so on and so forth. A little bit of the sinus shit. All right, but and a little bit of back pain. But as far as last night I felt terrible. Okay, and I feel a lot better today. All right, and of course I used this prayer several times throughout yesterday. All right, today as well. Okay, so I'll let the brother speak. All right, of course we're not going to play the whole video, but
so that's the point of making these prayers in the Hebrew, and believing in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that He's gonna heal you. Okay. I'm gonna start getting back on these, these Hebrew prayers. I know brothers been hitting me up about these Hebrew prayers, and asking, certain things about the prayers and stuff. So I'm gonna get back on it. It's a little, not a roadblock, but when that bullshit about the black conscious and all of that crap that came up maybe 3 months ago. So I was keening in on them niggas. Okay. So. Basically make a lesson about them or whatever. But I'm gonna mix it in. I'm gonna start getting on this Hebrew. I'm gonna start bringing back up these Hebrew prayers, man. Cause 2014, man, we in a time. We getting close to the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You brothers been watching the news about these sicknesses, the diseases, and the martial law. So the main thing you want to do now is to stay in prayer. Okay. So this is just a little short, maybe 15 minute lesson. Not even that long. I'm just gonna go back through it again. Say it over for you brothers. Well, first I'm gonna just show you what I said. Oh, excuse me. It was, "Send healing upon me, O Lord, and make thy pain from thy servant be cured from you, O Lord. Strengthen me with power and faith, and the elect brothers in the earth. Please, please, please. Thank you." Okay? So this is just a prayer of, the Lord blessing you with healings to heal you and the other brothers, on the four corner ends of the earth. Okay? And you gotta pray for other brothers, man. You gotta pray for the elect. you know, for the Lord to keep his angels wrapped around them. Okay? Just like with us. You know, when I pray, I don't just pray for myself. I pray for the brothers in this camp. I pray for the elders. And I pray for the brothers who are doing work truthfully and sincere. I pray for mainly the elect. Okay? So, let's go ahead and break this down. And then, basically, it's in the lesson. So, send healing upon me, O Lord, which is Shalak. Shalak is send. Rapayim, healings. Awathia, or Salakia, Al, upon, Awathia, me, O Lord, Yahweh. So, Shalakia, Rapayim, Al, Awathia, Yahweh. Send healing upon me, O Lord. Okay, first sentence. Second sentence. And make thy pain from thy servant is wa and lakwacha. Make thy pain haka'ab. Mayin from ha'abad, thy servant of the servant, which is us. We are the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so we want the Lord to heal the pains from us. You know, we got to go through a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of stress. Stress brings pain. You know, standing out on the highways and byways gets pain in the ankles, knees, legs, arms. You know, so we asking the Lord, heal us from certain, from certain things that we got to take on in this world, especially these diseases and these sicknesses, man. Okay, it says Haya, which is be, Gaha, cured, Mayan, which is from, Atha, you, Yahweh. Okay, so it's Haya, Gaha, Mayan, Atha, Yahweh. Be cured from you, O Lord. Okay? Let's go to the next one. It says, strengthen me with power and faith. Amatazah, Salakia. Amatazah, with strengthen. Awathia, me. Ath, with power, Allah. Wa, Amawan, and faith. Wa is and, Amawan is faith. Amatazah, Awathia, Ath, Allah, Wa, Amawan. Strengthen me with power and faith. Okay, go to the next one. And the elect brothers in the earth. So Waha and the elect, Bacharyim. Okay, Bachar is just elect. Bacharyim, I put it, plural, meaning many is an election. Okay, elects, which is not good for 1,000 and 1/3. That means plural. Bacharyim, Akim, brothers, in the Baha Aratazah, earth. And the elect brothers in the earth. Waha Bacharyim, Akim, Baha Aratazah. Okay. I had right here, which would be, let me put it, because it's supposed to be right here.
I guess we'll just let most of it play through at least.
Baha Shem. Yahushai. And if you brothers new to the site, on why I'm doing it from right to left, to left to right, because when you read the Hebrew, you always it's from the right to left. The white man, this devil, the Edomites, they put it the left to right. The original way is from the right to left. Okay, so Waha Bacharyim Akim Baha Aratazah Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which either it don't matter how many times you brothers want to say it. Personally, I always say things 3 times. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bab Kusha, Bab Kusha, Bab Kusha, which is please, please, please. Bab Kusha is please. Okay. No, here it is. I guess I wrote it right there. It's fine. Thank you. It's the Wada Aman. So Simple as that. Yes.
There you go.
Okay. Send healings upon me, O Lord, and make thy pain from thy servants be cured from you, O Lord. Strengthen me with the power and faith, and the elect brothers in the earth. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Most High, in the name of His Son. Please, 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 Baruch Shah, Baruch Shah. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Shalak Rapayam al Awathia Yahweh. Walakwaha ha Ka'ab Mayan ha-Abad Haya Gaha Mayan Awathia Yahweh. Amatazah Awathia Af Allah Wa Amawan Waha Waharyam Akim Baha Aratazah. Salakia Aratazah. Baruch Shah, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the water. Amen. Okay?
So there you go.
And that's it. Simple as that. That's the prayer.
So there you go, man. And I can attest, all right, that does work. All right? Like he said, it does work. He felt better. I used it. I felt better. So, hey, man, you have those, you have that available to you. Okay? So you can go ahead and go through that video. Again, you can just look up healing, prayer for sickness in the Hebrew, GMS fruit of knowledge in parentheses. All right, it's going to be by the brother GMS Spiritual Army of 144. All right, so, I'm not sure if that brother, if this was, GMS fruit of knowledge was his old page. I don't know if they're two separate brothers. All right, but I'm not too familiar with his page, but, hey, Tawada to him for putting that lesson up. And if he's not the same, if they're not the same person, then hey, Tawada the brother that originally made this as well. All right, because this is a very, very useful prayer to have on deck. Okay, so write it down. All right, hey, keep it around because it'll help, man. Like I say, I can personally attest that it does work. Okay, so I just wanted to close out with that so you can have that prayer. All right, use it. All right, as you will. All right, and hey, the Lord does heal. All right, you just have to trust and believe in Him, and He will heal you. All right, so with that, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until the next one, Lord willing, shalom.